Surupaya Radha Krishna Prastayanti Haribo
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Navide Gora Karuna Sarupaya Radha Krishna Prastayanti
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana,
Shri Krsna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana, Shri Krsna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana. Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana,
Shri Krsna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana, Shri Krsna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana,
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda. Advaita Narahara Shivasade Gauranga Vrinda Haribol, everybody sing
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Haribol, Chaitanya Das
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Narahara Shivasade Gauranga Vrinda
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Haribol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Haribol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Haribol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Haribol Nitai Gaur, everybody sing loud
Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Haribol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana
Haribol, Haribol.
Madana, Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama. Madana, Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama. Mohana.
Haribol Krishna,
Gopala Govinda Rama.
Haribol Krishna,
Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama. Madana,
Haribol, Haribol.
Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama. Madana, Mohana,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Haribol Krishna,
Jaya Jaya Guranga.
Haribol Krishna,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Haribol Krishna,
Jaya Jaya Guranga.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Guranga, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Guranga,
Jaya Jaya Shila
Haribol
Prabhupada.
Krishna,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Haribol Krishna,
Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada.
Haribol Krishna,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda.
Haribol Krishna,
Paramahamsa.
Haribol Krishna,
Jaya Jaya
Haribol
Siddhaswarupananda.
Krishna,
Paramahamsa.
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda. Paramahamsa Namine. Gora Karuna Swarupaya. Radha Krishna Prestaya Te.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Messiah Te.
Haribol Namaste. So I'd like to reiterate here something about our situation. So the living entity, all of us here, were conditioned by material nature. Okay? Our thinking, the mind, the intelligence, and the importance of appreciating, and be very thankful about the grace that's given to us, God's grace, meaning the sound incarnation of God, the holy names, which is the cause of all causes, Krishna, okay? It comes down to us through our spiritual master, okay? So all the living entities who are here in this material world, who are conditioned, instead of trying to, all of us here, instead of trying to rearrange everything here according to our idea or conditioning by the three modes of material nature, how we can serve Krishna, how we can be close with the Supreme Person, we must appreciate that the process that is being given to us, we follow it. Okay? You follow it. Sundin lang nyo. Okay? Because by itself, it is sustainable, meaning it will be Krishna, the holy names, who will be giving us this guidance from within, will motivate us, because if we receive the holy names of Lord Krishna, okay, and we please the spiritual master, then Krishna's pleased. Then we experience this comfort of the heart, that our longing for shelter is now connected with Lord Krishna. Okay? Intindihan niyo? Kaya we are advised not to follow anyone who is conditioned in this material world, meaning in spiritual guidance, okay? But some individuals, if you want to learn something about fixing electrical, system or trying, you go to the professional, okay? You assist. But I'm talking here and discussing here about how we can move forward towards achieving what is transcendental. Okay? So you look closely sa Facebook, you see, people, individuals, it's a good thing, or you don't have cell phones here, okay? You're not able to serve, to put your mind, your senses upon this worldly environment. Because there's so many individuals there who try to pursue or try to teach us about how we can move forward, okay, towards achieving the goal of life, okay? But because their formula is not the process of parampara, it's not transcendental, so they post so many posts there. You know what's post, yeah? Trying to portray, trying to convey, portray, to show, to convey, to communicate to all of you who are also empty-hearted, who are wasting your time trying to look through Google, YouTube, Facebook, and hearing from those individuals who try to portray their conditional life, okay? How do they do that? They pose, yeah? They pose, they dance, show. But what are they trying to do, okay? They wanted to be accepted, to show something, But if you look closely, when you have heard from the bona fide spiritual master, the seer of the truth, and you have understood and realized your true identity, you begin to see how those who are wasting their time in Facebook trying to portray their activities, which is temporary, meaning temporary because they're not the body, okay? And they're influenced by the three modes of material nature. So they pose, they dance, they show their tummy, they show their face. But if you have this realization and understanding that you are not the body, what they try to convey and portray is, look what I've got. Diba? Look at my face. Look at my body. But you're not the dress. And the body is temporary, undergoing changes. So they are so immersed with materialism. Okay? Understand? Under the influence of the three modes of material nature. You're all fortunate here because you've come in contact with someone who is transcendental to the three modes of material nature, our Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. Okay? And the effect of associating means you follow the teaching. You receive the teachings of the spiritual master, Lord Krsna. It gives you this attraction within your heart towards what will give you life. And that is the influence that is not seen by the eyes, by the external, the influence of the spiritual master. So when you hear from the spiritual master, nakinig kayo sa spiritual master, you begin to become attracted towards what you're longing for, happiness, security. And given the process of hearing and chanting, we engage in activities, but the activities we do now is not about this temporary body. It's not about the mind. It's not about the false ego identifying with the body. So those who are mature enough, they use the Facebook, they use the YouTube, Google to convey what they have heard from the spiritual master. Okay? So if you try to convey or try to portray or pose conditional, ongoing history, okay? What's history? Okay? What is already gone, okay? Down the drain, okay? Down in the septic tank. It's not anymore existing, And because the mind is, in a truest sense, absolutely, you're not the mind. The mind is temporary. The desires, you're not the desires. Because it's a different energy from you. Now, if we become advanced in our maturity in chanting the holy names, we are not attracted anymore to these external forms or external insinuation, meaning insinuation trying to portray, look what I've got. They dance what they call tik-tok, tok-tok, tok, na tuk-tok ang ulo nila ba? Okay? And they try to portray. They're looking for someone. They're looking actually for Krishna. Accept me. Look what I've got. Accept me, accept me, accept me. Okay? But when you are with wisdom, okay, you see this world as a planet of death. And the living entity who is encumbered in this body, trying to portray this dead dance, you know, the dead dance, the dance of death, okay? Trying to squeeze happiness, you know, to be loved, to be accepted, okay? To feel value, you know, para magkaroon ka naman ng kahalagahan yung buhay mo. To have value, you know, I am saucy, you know, I'm in the hands, in the shackles of ignorance and darkness. I am this body. Okay? Understand? That's what's in Facebook. Okay? And those who want to get something from you, they portray so many things that you can use. Okay? So, spiritual life is a process wherein you live simply. Okay? Live simply means doesn't need that you'll just have one underwear, one t-shirt. No, it's not like that. Live simply means you use everything in the service of God. Understand? So, so I'll read here something that's very important with us, okay? It will be the foundation. It will be what we should be understanding clearly. What is spiritual life, okay? It's between Narada Muni and Prachinabarhi, okay? It's a chapter 29, 4th canto. Because the conditioned soul is always disturbed by bodily necessities, such as hunger and thirst, he has very little time to cultivate attachment to hearing the nectarian words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is it clear sa inyo? When we are disturbed by bodily necessities, okay, bodily necessities, as hunger and thirst, he has very little time to cultivate attachment to the Supreme Person. So when we identify with the body, you know, we don't persevere, use the body in the service of God. Meaning, we follow the desires in the mind, and our goal is to squeeze happiness through the senses. Okay? You try to squeeze flickering enjoyment with dead matter, which is a different energy from you, then definitely you'll not be happy. That's why they portray, they dance. They don't, you know, the seer of the truth don't see their body's movement only. They see the spirit soul influenced by the mode of passion. So much, you know, engrossed. So what do they do when they try to portray something in the mode of passion? They just wear skimpy bikini, okay? Show their tummy, you know? Show their breasts, you know? Look what I've got, you know? But you're not the body, you're not the dress. And you dance there, you know, like a monkey. Look what I got. Look what I got. I got this tummy and the skimpy underwear. What are you hiding? What comes out of your anus, your vagina? Okay? Why do you need napkin? What comes out? Okay? Why do you need pampers? Okay? Understand? But because we have become conditioned, just like the stool is so dirty and smelly, but the maggots goes there. Okay? So when we are so much engrossed, we are like the maggots. We're like the pigs, the hog, muddle in the mud. You embrace, you're a body hugger. You embrace this dead body. Look what I got. But no. I'm great. I'm beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. But your body is rotting. You're dying every moment. Okay, what's inside your tummy? Diba? Understand? Why do you have to brush your teeth every morning? Why? Because there's so much acid, yeah? It destroy your teeth, okay? So, to be accepted, you have to portray and take security from this material form is continually changing. Okay? So if you dance there like a monkey, look what I got, look what I've got. And then you change the rest. It's already down the drain, down the septic tank. Understand? Is it clear sa inyo? Kaya the spiritual master opens our eyes. Not just open like that, ha? The truth will set you free. What is the truth? Your true identity, who we really are. Okay? But material nature is very powerful, okay? So when you're given this opportunity, there's this transcendental potency that influence all of the living entities to be connected with what is inherent and transcendental, their true transcendental nature as eternally the loving servant of God. When you come in contact with the holy names, with the spiritual master, and he guides us, so we become encouraged, we become attracted towards engaging in the chanting of the holy names, in doing what is pleasing to God. So when you dance TikTok, show your body, show your dress, show your tummy, okay? You think you're beautiful. I'm beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful, but your body is rotting, okay? Your body is getting old, you know? Inside your body is what? Blood, stool, mucus. Inside your head, the brain, it's all matter, okay? Understand? The spell of Maya is like, so everybody is walking like, wak, 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 I'm nice, I'm beautiful, okay? They show their butt, look what I've got. What's inside your butt? Poo-poo. But we have become so conditioned by material nature, by the mode of passion, just like the pigs, the hog, they muddle in the muck, you know? Like the maggots, alam mo yung maggot? The worms, they try to swim inside the stool, you know, down, you know, it's so nice here. So when we are in false bodily identification, you are a dead, you embrace death. This body, a different energy from you. There's nothing there. But because we have been conditioned for so long, we must become purified from this material conditioning and understand the reality that is transcendental, which is our true transcendental nature. We are a different energy from matter. It's not just, you chant, I'm a devotee, you know, I chant Krishna, Krishna, I'll go to Krishna. No. You must be with wisdom. Why? So we can be pleasing to Krishna and we can direct our time and energy to offer our heart, our life to Krishna. Okay? Unless one is associated with devotees, he cannot cultivate Krishna consciousness. So it's very important, your association. So if our association is with someone, association means whom you hear, whom you follow. Okay? And definitely, whom you like to hear would be what you like to hear. Understand? Even though it's not beneficial for you. Intindihan nyo? You just like to hear what you want to hear. Even it's not beneficial to you, okay? It's about connected with your enjoyment. And the spiritual master Krishna tells you, no, okay? You are trying to eat shit, you know? You don't want to hear that. Because we have been Lord for so long, okay? Our heart has become hard, okay? We cannot see. So the potency of the spiritual master, Krishna, the supreme purifier, the sound incarnation, purifies us from this covering. Okay? Now you understand, I'm wasting my time. Why am I here in this material world? Have you ever asked this question? Have you ever asked this question? Why are you here? Or why am I here struggling in Madana Mohana, following all this regulation? Hindi nyo tinanong, di ba? Tinanong nyo, ba't ako nandito? Gusto ko na umuwi. Okay? But have you ever thought and think sa mind nyo, why are you here suffering birth, death, disease, and knowledge? Okay? Why are you empty-hearted? Have you ever thought of that? Okay? Do you have a foundation for your life? How can you protect someone whom you love? How can you protect someone whom you love? By giving them, passing on to them the truth, connecting them with this transcendental wisdom that will give them life. Your papa, your mama. You're thinking your papa, temporary mama, okay? Understand? And the mind is very strong, because we have not been freed from this material contamination. So the process of purification to become free from all of these encumbrances, this shackle, is through the mercy of the devotee of Krishna, because that is pleasing to Krishna. So when Lord Krishna tells us, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. Okay? Arjuna, in the beginning of the battle of Kurukshetra, he got confused. What will I do? He's very powerful. He's a great warrior, He's a Mahajana. Describe a Mahajana as strong as 10,000 elephants. And he has great mystic power. He can go to his father, King Indra, and get, weapons, He's very powerful. But he was put in a situation wherein he got confused. And then he has to approach and accept Lord Krishna as spiritual master. Okay? But Lord Krishna is his friend. So our friend, our eternal friend is Krishna. Okay? Not your mind. Not your conditioning. Here in this world, friendship is conditional. I'll be your friend if I can get something from you. Okay? Your mama is your friend because your mama sent you biscuit, chocolate, Milo. Okay? But if your mama doesn't send you anything, okay? I don't think you love me anymore. Okay? Understand? We must become free from this mindset that has been conditioned by the three modes of material nature. So if you look closely, you don't waste your time trying to read all the blog, all the posts of those individuals or conditioned, in this material world, because they will never bring you closer. You just turn around in this maze. Alam niyo yung maze? It's like you enter a place and you cannot get out. Okay? And everybody is telling you, turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, tic-tac-toe, tuk-tuk-tuk, Everybody is trying to tell you, this way, this way, this way. How? By their portraying the material energy, the sound, what's in their mind, conditioned by material nature, because they're also encumbered, they're in this miserable world. They're in this prison for so long. Prison, They cannot get out. Say they're like the frogs. You just see, you know what I think. Who cares about what you think? You're also in prison, okay? Everybody's drowning in this ocean. You know what I think? Who cares about what you think? I'm drowning, man. I need to be saved. Okay? You're in the desert. Walking. So dry. I'm dying. Some mirage. And somebody says, you know what I think? Who cares about what you think, man? We're already dying of thirst. And then, so this is a world of imprisonment. This is the planet of death. One is born here, surely you'll die. Everything that you have here will be gone. Okay? You cannot hold anything. Even the hand that's holding this microphone. Have you seen those great singers? Great, but they're already forgotten. Okay? And then, who dances like what do they dance? They dance this. What they dance? The dance na nila, na imbis pa abante, patalikod. Okay? Huh? Where are they? Who sings those? Greatest love of all. Where are they? Okay? They try to portray the sound that is conditioned. And everybody, the greatest love of all. But actually, the greatest love of all is me. I can sing the greatest love of all. Diba? Who's the greatest love? Me. Number one. Understand? Get out of this illusion, okay? You're not number one. You're not Alpha 1. You know what's Alpha 1? Top dog on the sheet pile. You're the Alpha 1 on the top of the sheet pile. Yes, that's true. who's this guy? I'm number one. I'm the great dancer. Look what I got. I got a sexy body. Hot legs. And they try to portray, look what I've got. What? Intindihan nyo? Why waste your time? Any moment that will come. And whatever state of mind you had, at the time of death, that state you'll attain. So we must become free and be guided and appreciate the mercy that has been given to us by our spiritual master. Forget about all this nonsense. They think that I'm the scientist. I know everything. Who cares about you? Okay? You're also dying. Okay? Who cares about this impersonalist? I am God, meditation, I'm free. You're not free, man. Because if you're free, you don't need to meditate. Okay? This world is a world of madness. When we are shackled by the puppet master in this world, Maya, pulling every strings. But you think, I'm the Lord of all our survey, my family, my property, Get out of that illusion, okay? And here, how to get out of this illusion. So I'll just read here. And also, stop portraying that we are so great and advanced spiritually, and you try to interfere with individuals, We imitate God. How do you imitate God? By trying to play the Lord within the heart from the outside. You know what I think? You know what I think? You know what I think? Who cares about what you think? You're not the mind, man. Okay? You're still with us here in this imprisoned place, We are all dying here, Unless one, ito yung key. Okay? Unless one is associated with devotees, he cannot cultivate Krishna consciousness. Cultivating Krishna consciousness in a solitary place is not possible for the neophyte, for he will be disturbed by the bodily necessities. Yung mga nagme-meditate ng, let's go and meditate, 30 minutes, like this transcendental meditation, they teach positive thinking. What is positive thinking? No problem, just sit down and meditate. Enjoy life, and 30 minutes every morning, you sit down. Okay. And those individuals, I'll go to the forest and meditate, and then you end up sleeping. Okay? You're meditating in the forest, there's a fight between the rebels and the government. You're meditating, you get hit by the bullet because the bullet has no eyes. You're meditating, then there's this small teeny-weeny mosquito with what? Dengue. Bites you. Then you're meditating, then immediately you chill. Your body's chilling. High fever. What's happening? I'm meditating, I'm the center of the universe. I want peacefulness. But you can never get out of this miserable situation because the body is connected with suffering. Misery is caused by the body and the mind. Your body gets hungry, thirsty, and you identify with it. This vehicle that you have to maintain it. But in a truest sense, if we take shelter of Lord Krishna, we are able to traverse this ocean of misery, this desert world, okay? Because He's the self-sufficient Supreme Person. It's like this. In jail, when everybody's in jail, every year, there's presidential pardon. Okay? You know what's presidential pardon? Every year, mayroon silang papakawalan sa preso. Number one, senior citizen. Almost 90 years na nakakulong. Okay? Ang susunod, yung mga mabait. Okay? But the president goes there, and the warden, what's the warden? Yung nagrara ng presuan, he comes with his associates, okay? Yung mga nasa preso, akala nila, ay, pareho lang nasa preso. Okay? The president comes, Oh, who are those who are rehabilitated, okay? Who have already achieved criminal justice. You know what's criminal justice? Crime does not pay, okay? who are already rehabilitated, like the drug addicts, okay? Oh, this group, sir, he's a murderer, he's a rapist, he's an arsonist, but now he's changed, He does not even want to hurt an ant, He's very kind and gentle, okay? Who are those? Those in that rehabilitation area, okay? What do they do there? They sweep the floor, they follow the regulation, the protocol, okay? They have been rehabilitated. 50 of them, okay? You go there and those who are not rehabilitated thinking, oh, bagong preso, okay? So the spiritual master comes to this world. He has this body like you have. He has these eyes that you have, okay? How do you see him? Number one, through the Word of God, Scriptures. Understood? Because the Scripture is the Word of God. Okay? Number two, the Lord within the heart. Paramatma. Okay? Krsna. Number three, the bona fide spiritual master. Okay? Who teaches the truth, this wisdom. Understood? Is it clear sa inyo? So now, whom will you listen? Whom will you follow? Those who blog, those who post on Facebook about this miserable world, how you can get out. Okay? Okay? And the formula is to get entangled in this world, okay? Chewing the chewed. You know what's chewing the chewed? There's bubble gum. You see it, another form. Wow, lami. Tapon, okay? Kita mo na naman, uy, bago. Okay? What do they portray? All those chewed already. Gone. They're all goners, As it has value. Everything that you see in this material world, made of matter, does not exist in the spiritual world. It's not connected eternally with you, the spirit soul, because your life, a different energy. You understand that? Don't listen to this nonsense, arrogant, so-called scientists who think they're, and those people who try to portray, to box you in, to interfere in your relationship with Krishna, okay? Because when you chant the holy name, sometimes openly, you think you're better than others, Especially if you're always reading scripture, You think, I'm a devotee, they don't know anything, okay? Then you interfere with the relationship with God. Intindihan nyo? And how do you do that? By trying to pray. Guru, You have this desire still, this conditioning to have followers, Then you come in contact with all those who have heard from the spiritual master. Okay? They understand their situation, okay? They feel lower than the straw in the street. They're more tolerant than the tree and devoid of all sense of false prestige and ready to offer all respects to others. Okay? Then you come along, You know what I think? This is how you can go to Krishna. But because you're protected, because that is a system of parampara to protect the disciple, to protect the living entity with what? With wisdom. Okay? The spiritual you come with the truth, it cuts like a knife. Hindi yung, the truth, you portray, you're a devotee, you speak nicely, you're so nice, Oh, he's a saint. Who cares about being a saint? The truth will set you free. Okay? Understand? You understand? All of you? Intindihan nyo? Hey, sit down. Don't disturb others, okay? Control your mind. Intindihan nyo? So, what will happen is if you follow someone who is conditioned, just like Saint Prabhupada, what did Saint Prabhupada express to us, tell to us through the narration, the narrative of our instructing spiritual master, advising King Nimi? What did he say? Okay? One must follow someone who has no material consideration. Okay? Material consideration. What's material consideration? Okay? Influenced by the three modes of material nature. Someone who has no desire to have followers. You know? So when a person is making progress in spiritual life, he completely puts his life in the hands of God. Okay? Like, for example, what we're doing here. For example, you know, you make effort just to please your spiritual master, Krishna. So you don't have this desire to have followers. You don't have this desire to be blabbing and talking to people, you know, but instead focusing upon the hearing and the chanting of the holy names. Okay? You don't interfere upon people's relationship with Krishna. All what we have to do is follow a system of parampara, the supreme purifier, the God, the holy name, the sound incarnation coming here. Okay? Intindihan nyo? Is it clear to inyo? Okay? Now, it's up to you. If you want to stay here, you follow somebody who's in jail, who's also dying, you know, who's in the hospital, everybody's sick. Then when we have this wisdom, understanding, then we become very focused in doing the will of God. Your will is my will. You have no more time to hear or blog or speak to anyone about this mundane world. You don't speak about this dead world because you're now so focused, just like the wives of the Brahmanas. Yeah? Understand? The husband, they're focusing upon their material consideration to go to the heavenly planet. Okay? So when Krishna came, the devotees came, they're not interested. Okay? Krishna's in front of them already. The devotees are there. Okay? So, the wives, when the saintly person playing that role of Krishna's friend came, Mother, Krishna's there. Immediately, no material consideration. Leave everything and focus and do the will of God, His desire. So that is the foundation of our life. Dapat. The desire, the will of God must be our focus, our life. That is a devotee of Krishna. Because that will protect us from Maya. Because Maya will be giving us so many, samayin nyo, do this, do that. And the three modes, gusto nyong comfortable, you know. But this world is a world of duality. Mamaya gutom kayo, mamaya busog kayo, okay? Mamaya mainit, mamaya malamig, okay? And you, the person, you are now in this realization, you're not the body, and material nature is affecting this body, okay? Influence the body. But you're not the body, you're not the shirt. And you, the person, have this relationship with Krishna, personal relationship, okay? Because when you hear the spiritual master, he has this potency to connect you with your relationship with Krishna. Because you're relating now to the God, the servant. That is the influence of the spiritual master. The spiritual master is someone who can influence the living entity to enter that world of pure devotional loving service. Yun ang power ng spiritual master. Because the potency that he has, inseparable from him, the supreme purifier, purifies us from our simple heart, our simple mind. Understand? Kaya dapat focus tayo sa chanting. Focus tayo sa instruction niya. Not from any deep Facebook na nilalagay nila parati dyan, you know. Who cares about that? Okay? So it doesn't mean, akala nyo na, oh, the person can read the scripture back to back. No. The bona fide spiritual master can influence the living entity to become a devotee of God. That this attraction for this world be a transcendental, you know, realization of who he is, and he sees this material energy of God as God's energy. Understand? And he uses it, everything that's here, in harmony in doing the will of God. Is it clear sa inyo? So you check yourself, you check ourselves. Whom to listen, whom to follow, what is happening in our life. Okay? Because there will be so many people there interfering. Maya, because Maya or illusion will be influencing those who are not really pure, who are not transcendental, who have material consideration, whose surrender to God is still contaminated. Okay? If you associate with someone who is contaminated by Maya, then that person is an agent of Maya because his relationship with Lord Krishna is contaminated. You understand? You only associate with the pure loving servant of God. And how is that done? By His instruction. That is our eternal relationship with Him, following His instruction, His lotus feet. And what is that connected all about? It's connected with our true, eternal, transcendental position as eternally the loving servant of God. And what is inseparable from all of you here? You want to serve, you want to love, you want a continuity of your relationship, and that can only be achieved when we are listening from the seer of the truth and our relationship with Krishna established through following His instruction. Okay? Our relationship with our spiritual master is inseparable when we follow His instruction. Either we are very close or very far. So the spiritual master is there. Now the question is, am I really close or I am very far? You can be with the spiritual master, but if you're not really surrendering, doing the will of God, you are not there. Understand? You don't need to waste your time, play this game. Maya is very strong. You know what's Maya? Maya means illusion. Okay? This lordship mentality, you get kicked in the face, because he steals your mind. Okay? You get shackled. Now you're thinking, I'm a devotee. I'm a spiritual master. I read the Vedas back to back and I'm going to teach you. Okay? That is not what we should be focusing. We should be very focused subjectively with our true. It's a virtue to know where you are and where you stand. Alam niyo yung virtue? It's better to know where you are. Hindi pwedeng imagine mo, siguro devotee ako dahil nandito ako sa Madana. No. What is dear to you? What is your center in your life? Whom you focus, that is what will be very dear to you. Okay? If our lives, after hearing from a spiritual master, we become purified, what is dear to us now is our relationship with Krishna. No? Spiritual life is not joining. It's not about somebody interfering with your relationship. Spiritual life is your personal relationship with your spiritual master. Understand? When you're focused in that relationship, nothing gets in the middle. Understand? One-pointedly. Either the spiritual master corrects you, or checks you, or praise you. That is all a relationship that is transcendental. Understand? Is it clear? So, what I have discussed here for some time, you try to recollect, okay? Because most of our are retarded and what's this? Delayed reaction. You know what's delayed reaction? You hear, but you cannot. What's that? Okay? So the more you chant, the more you become purified, then you realize. Intindihan niya? So, Haribol naman siya.
Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestayate, Haribol.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestayate.
Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Narayana, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Narayana, Haribol, Haribol.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhagwan Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Haribol Nitai Gaur, Haribol, Haribol.
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Nivatsale Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana.
Haribol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol, Haribol.
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana.
Haribol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana.
Haribol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Nitai Gaur, Haribol, Haribol.
Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana.
Haribol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Haribol Krishna
Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Haribol Krishna
Jaya Jaya Guranga,
Haribol Krishna
Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Haribol Krishna
Jaya Jaya Guranga.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga
Jaya Jaya Shila
Haribol
Prabhupada,
Krishna
Jaya Jaya
Haribol
Gurudev,
Krishna
Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada,
Haribol Krishna
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda,
Haribol Krishna
Paramahamsa,
Haribol Krishna
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda,
Haribol Krishna
Paramahamsa.